No, I don't want to learn more. Oh, wait. I'm live. I think I'm live. I'm sure I'm live. Okay. Um, I'm back in Puerto Rico. This is a park of Louis Rivera something. Anyway, I'm not sure what day it is in terms of recording these, but I think it's 189, and I just kind of wanted to throw some ideas out there. I was flying yesterday, so it was more that, um, and I didn't, I don't know if I sent one before Valentine's Day or on Valentine's Day. I think it was before. I think it was the day before. That's why I think it's 189. But um, on Valentine's Day, we went out to dinner, and it was really good. But clearly, I had a 10-course prefix meal, and my wife had a 5-course prefix meal, and we kind of shared as whatever we could when we could. So that was that was really interesting. None of it was necessarily very keto. None of it was very low carb, high fat, or anything like that. And the other dynamic that was thrown in there is that my wife was she the day before she had gotten immunization for I think it was the second immunization for shingles or something like that, and the side effects were she may feel like have some cold symptoms or fever and stuff like that, typical of some of those pieces. Anyway, she was feeling that in that evening, but on the other hand, her some of her associates at work were catching colds, and so she wasn't sure what it was. So dinner, we kind of cut dinner short a little bit in terms of time, and we rushed home and got her to bed and all that. But the next day, I started getting symptoms. So clearly, it was more like she was catching somebody else's cold, and then she was giving it to me, and then I'm flying the day after, and so I've been fighting that, and the plugged ears and everything like that. But interestingly enough, after Valentine's Day, I took blood sugars and ketones, and my ketones were at zero point 0.7, which is not great, but after a meal like that with all the dessert and everything else, not pretty good. And my blood sugar was 107. And it could be because I was sick. It could. I mean, there's multiple things at play, so you really can't tell. But what I really feel appreciative of is that I'm pretty certain that the low carb, high fat diet that we've been on a regular basis, the consistency of that is the thing that really kind of um, kept my numbers in an even keel and in a pretty good place. So, um, and my weight, I was my weight stayed exactly the same. First thing in the morning, I went to the bathroom, and then I jump on the scale like I typically would. I've been tracking all these health markers since the beginning of the year, so it's really only been like 6 weeks. But I've been tracking all of those health markers, and my weight has consistently been dropping. I mean, when I started that version of metabolic tracking, I was tracking my weight, my dimensions around my hips, my waist, my chest, my arms, my thighs. Um, is there other? Yeah, I think those are them. And my weight has dropped about 9 pounds since the beginning of the year, and my size has shrunk about 2 inches or so. Not that I'm got a ton of size to shrink, but I'm also tracking sort of my regular glucose numbers, my ketone levels, and also my blood pressure. And my blood pressure is steadily just whittling down to sort of a normal level. I did at the beginning of the year. I really jumped back into taking a handful of my medication. So I do have one blood pressure medication, one a statin, which I think I'm going to stop. Um, I mean, I really can't tell what I might hold on to it until March, but I think I'm going to try and take myself off of that one after my doctor's visit end of March. And two diabetes medicines, One of them, which is pretty standard, metformin, which also is supposed to have some other good traits to it, but I'd rather not have any. And then the other one is Jardiance, which is which doesn't let my body absorb the glucose, but it kind of pushes it out in my pee. So I mean, that's I've got those two going on. So my numbers have steadily been getting much better. My fasting blood sugars, and I'm doing a bunch of sort of intermittent fasting, so I have pretty good fasting blood glucose numbers, which are falling into, oftentimes enough, falling into the normal range. And it's really the whole lifestyle with the low carb, high fat, and the intermittent fasting and the extended fasting, which haven't been doing a lot of extended fasting, has really done a number to help get a lot of my numbers back in line. So I recommend it to people who feel like they're getting out of control a little bit. I had one comment that came in on the video that a woman would like her husband to think about this, and I think it's, it's not that it's not for everyone. The lifestyle is for everyone. This is how our bodies were meant to live and meant to eat, and so and I'm really grateful that I've discovered it, and I kind of want to share it with as many people as I can. I mean, that's one of the things, one of the avenues that my life has taken a change for, and one of them is getting people on the right path with regard to what they're eating and how they're eating, and the other one is getting their relationships in line, getting their primary, their marriages, their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, but getting that primary relationship to be the best thing that they can have, and trying to understand that as well as I can, and make sure that everybody's needs are met, and make sure that everybody's, people are happy, and they're not satisfied, they're elated by their relationship and where it's taking them. So I am with my wife. She's awesome. But it's everybody's got their little glitches, right? And I've got mine, for sure. I got mine. She's got a lot fewer than I do, but she's got a couple, and but being afraid of lizards is not that big a deal. Well, in Puerto Rico it might be, because we got some pretty big lizards out here. Anyway, but she's awesome, but even more so the relationship we have, because we kind of understand what we want and what we need out of it. Our relationship is really fantastic, and part of eating right and becoming healthy and all that is to allow us to have the longest amount of time together in this relationship. So that's what we do. Anyway, I'm really grateful for where life has brought me and how things have managed their way in my life, and wanted to publicly throw that out there on YouTube. So there, y'all. Thanks for listening, and thanks for being my accountability. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.